Meeting is adjourned.
Oh,
That comes after I do my thing.
47.
Are you timing me now? Good evening. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for staying. Yeah, I know. I don't have to go into the water. I'm privileged to be here in front of you this evening. I'm a member of the Platform Tennis Group, as you have heard. And Ron, who's taking our picture as we stand here, is our leader. And I want to say thank you to the folks that allowed me this evening, and that would be, Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Okay. I want to say thank you to those folks that were nice enough to give me this time this evening, and that would be Janet Simchek, I hope I get that right, acting president. Did I?
Simsick.
That's what I said, Janet Simchek. And also our dinner host tonight, Brian Leon, who is our Platform Tennis leader. And I might add, too, some of you have probably read that the Platform Tennis Group is the friendliest group in town.
No.
And it's true. Yeah, let's give them say, where's our Platform Tennis Group? I can tell you a personal story that relates to how friendly they are. I'm actually by trade a racquetball player, and I would come here on Saturdays when I came to visit my girlfriend Joy, who lived in Cave Creek, because I got to meet some of the racquetball players. And in doing such, I would try to get Joy to come down with me to watch me play racquetball, which she never did. On one occasion, though, she did come with me, and she wandered over to the Platform Tennis courts. I was playing racquetball, I had no clue what Joy was doing, and when I got done playing racquetball, Joy came in almost at the same time, and had a big smile on her face, and I had no idea what was going on, and I said to her, "Dear, why are you having such a big smile on your face?" And she said, "I just wandered over to the other side, and this nice group drafted me to play platform tennis." And she just loved the game, and because of that, I never got to play pickleball. Oh. She is so infatuated with this great group that instead of playing pickleball, which, let's face it, everybody does here, I became a platform tennis player, and I'm all the better for that because these people are just wonderful. Now, moving forward, I hope all of you enjoyed happy hour. I've had about 6 wines, and I'm feeling really loose tonight. Before we get started, though, I want to know something about my audience, so if you guys would bear with me just a second. How many people here are single? Can I get a show of hands? And how many folks, everybody else must be married? How many folks are married? Okay, so most of our folks are married. How many of you don't have an idea if you're single or married? Okay, a couple back there. Let me ask you, those married people, how many have been married at least 20 years? Okay, wow, we got a lot of folks. How many can go 30? Still quite a few people. How many can go 40? Woo, look at this. How about 50? Jeez. My girlfriend is barely alive for 50, but that's another story. How many can go 55? My gosh. Okay. Can anybody do 60?
Oh, no. Run, you liar.
I said the platform tennis people who are the nicest, they also have the biggest, or lack of memory, I guess. They don't remember a lot. So, Marge and Bob, you guys have been married 60 freaking years.
65.
65! Round of applause, guys. 65! Wow! And Bob, can you tell us, what is the secret to your success?
I don't know.
There's an honest man. Let's ask Marge. Marge, do you concur with Rob that he doesn't know?
I'm the secret of his success.
You
tell him everything to do, right?
Certainly, Marge, you're very wonderful. All right, well, we got a great group here. You know, Bob and Marge, we had some folks that were single. Let me get those hands of those single folks again. Now, are you guys actually single or you wish you were? Okay, Mark, let me ask you, for these people here that are single, what would you recommend?
Well, find a good man or a good woman.
Simple enough, find a good man and a good woman. Can you hear me over there, Connor? She said find a good woman.
Doesn't matter.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, as you know, male and female relationships are a very interesting study. Judging by the audience and how long some of these folks have been married, we've had many successes here. Groucho Marx once said, "I was married by a judge. I should have asked for a jury." Now, in this group, I guess it's obligatory for me to use an age joke too. Let's face it, all of us here are over 60 years old, including myself. Recently, a man graduated from high school that was 106 years old. Any of you folks see this? This guy was 106 years old. He was the oldest guy ever to graduate from high school. His guidance counselor recommended a 2-year college for him.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't normally like to do political jokes, but there's something I heard that just strikes right to the core. And I think I'm safe in this crowd, too. Last week, we had a blizzard, a great snowstorm in the Midwest. Are there a lot of folks here from the Midwest? Okay, we got quite a few. So you know that there was a big snowstorm last week. And in fact, in Chicago, there was a Democrat that was spotted with his hands in his own pocket. All right, how many of you guys own a computer and use it? Can I see a raise of hands? So pretty much, is it everybody? Let me go the other way. How many do not use a computer? Okay, so we've got some of those that still pay things the old way. How many folks here watched the Super Bowl last year? Or this year, sorry. It was last year.
It's last year.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to play something for you right now. And I hope you can hear this. Last year there was a phenomenon of a song that went viral worldwide. This song was played or viewed on the internet by more than 1.4 billion people. And it's a new song, and I'll play it a little bit for you. It's a song that was done by a Korean rap singer named Psy, that's spelled P-S-Y. And this particular song was so popular, 1.4 billion hits on YouTube. I know, I missed that. It was so popular, this guy had a commercial on the Super Bowl, maybe some of you saw it, and he also had an audience with our president. So let me just play a little bit of it for you and see if you recognize it. That's it. How many of you folks actually heard that song before? Really? Remember, 1.4 million people worldwide on YouTube, so I would expect it a big part of our crowd. Again, this was a Korean rap singer that actually wrote this song, and he had great success, as I previously mentioned. Now, our man Psy that wrote and sang that song owed all his success to a person that came before him 50 years ago, 1963. How many of you guys were here back in 1963? Not too many, so I don't know if you're going to know this next song. Back in 1963, there was a guy named Q Sakamoto that sang a song, and he called it Sukiyaki. And the song was called Sukiyaki for a reason. That's not the name that was given to it in Japan. In Japan, it was called something else, but Sukiyaki was one of the names that Americans and Western European people would understand. So he wanted a name that would be understood here. Now, this song, back in 1963 in June, became the #1 seller in the United States. It's a Japanese song that has no English words. And let me just play you a second of that.